Picks up about 5 yards. That was a good and fortunate tackle by the Matewan defense in that Hagee had his speed up and would have certainly picked up enough for a first down, but it's a good tackle. Ball placed close to the 40. Make it second down and 6. They give him about 4 on that run. Back to pass. Man open. Jackson got the first down. Knocked out of bounds. Nice pass play to Jackson. Ball at the 30-yard line. Hagee. Around left end. Out of bounds. He may have picked up about a yard. More of the Tigers made the tackle. Loss of about 1. Second down 11, Williamson. In Tiger territory at the 31-yard line. Big loss. All the way back to close to the 40-yard line. So Williamson took the ball all the way down to the 30-yard line. But 2 successive losses by the Pack on running plays. The third down is 17. Hagee in the shotgun. Back to pass. Got a man open if he can get to it. Doesn't get to it. That's Watson. Just slightly overthrown. Fourth down. So you'll see Hagee back to kick. Williamson went from their 28 to the Tiger 30 and then lost 7 yards. Now they're back to punt. Hagee calls timeout. With timeout in the game, we'll run this 30-second commercial from your friends on the hill who care. In the coal fields, accidents are quite diversified. Coal mining, railroads, construction jobs, or highways. The Williamson Memorial Hospital serves eastern Kentucky and southern West Virginia 24 hours a day around the clock. Competent doctors and nurses and ambulance personnel. You're truly in the very best of hands with your friends on the hill who care. Thank you. JW back once again in the first quarter. 7:49 to play. Williamson Matewan, no score. Williamson will be punting the football. They took the ball all the way down to Matewan's 30. Now they're going to have to punt it away. We'll have some information during the course of this game to tell you folks about big important information brought to you by the Williamson Memorial Hospital. Hagee, back to pass. Man open, Watson, first down. Nope, not nearly enough. About 4 or 5 yards short, but it's a beautiful pass, and Watson with a beautiful catch. Last week, if you'll recall, we mentioned the fact that there was a possibility that the light heavyweight championship fight a light heavyweight championship fight would be held in Williamson. This is a reality now on October the 19th, and the Williamson Memorial Hospital would certainly hope that everyone in the viewing area gets out and supports this great undertaking for Williamson. We'll explain as we go along. Pitch back. And it looks as though the Wolfpack have him surrounded. Flag goes down. Cunningham trying to reverse his field. Ran into actually the official. No flag was down. I thought I saw one. Number 5, Eric Kennedy, the quarterback. Loss of 2. Handoff to the center of the line, right up the middle. Good gain for Matewan. All the way up to the 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Thornsbury, the ball carrier. And this light heavyweight championship fight we were telling you about, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be held at 3:30 in the afternoon. And the reason for the afternoon fight is because it will be sent live throughout the world by television. Kennedy. Handoff. Nope, pitch back. Cunningham. Out of bounds. They almost had him, and then he almost broke it for a TD. 2 successive first downs for Matewan. Allred in the tackle for Williamson. He is some kind of a football player, Cunningham of Matewan. Great runner. Now it's 2nd down and 1. Thought he had enough for a first, but 2nd and 1. Movement on the line will be 5 yards against Matewan. So the Williamson Memorial Hospital would like for you to get out and support the undertaking of this light heavyweight championship fight on October 19th at the Williamson Memorial Fieldhouse. Fantastic opportunity for the city of Williamson and the Valley, the Tuck Valley, Eastern Kentucky, and Southern West Virginia to be shown off. And we'll have further information next week on it. Don't forget the date, October 19th. Get your ticket from volunteer fire departments throughout the area. Pitch back. He stopped. Nope. Even after he was stopped, he picked up another 3 yards. Number 34, Joplin. Rodney Joplin. So this is 3rd and 3 for the Tigers. Handoff to Cunningham. Picks up a bunch. He may, and he does, go all the way for a Matewan touchdown. First score belongs to Matewan, 6-0 with 5 minutes and 11 seconds to play in the first quarter. Beautiful run. Beautiful run. He's big, a good athlete. Kennedy sets his team. They're going for 2.
Kennedy calls out the play.
Handoff.
Handoff up the middle.
Does not score. 6-0. Matewan leads it. We'll keep things here. Ladies and gentlemen, the Williamson Memorial Hospital are truly your friends on the hill who care. And as I gave you the information last week, we'll continue on now. Last year in 1990, the Williamson Memorial Hospital accommodated 63,000 patients in their emergency room. 63,000 emergency room patients. Over 13,000 patients were admitted to the Williamson Memorial Hospital, and over 500 operations performed. Your friends on the hill who care, the Williamson Memorial Hospital. Beautiful run, 53 yards by Cunningham. And Matewan has the 6-0 lead with 5:11 to play in the first quarter. They'll be kicking off to Williamson. Watson and Jackson will be deep for the pack. Short kick. Smith receiving the football for Williamson. Brings it up to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Williamson. Williamson on their first series of downs got the ball at their own 28, took it to the Tigers 30, punted. Tigers came back after 6 plays, scored on a 53-yard Cunningham run. Handoff. This is Watson. He picks up about 4 yards.
Watson on the carry. Picks up 4. We have a flag on the play.
Officials call timeout. Clock stops. Holding against Williamson.
Preliminary indication is holding against the Wolfpack.
Talking to the captain of the defense for the Tigers. So they'll walk off. 10. I think the ball will be placed about 37, 34. Hagee. Hands off. Nope, he's going to roll it out to pass. He does. Short. 2nd down coming. Flag is down. I believe this is another call against Williamson.
Preliminary indication is an eligible receiver down the field against the Wolfpack.
Another penalty against Williamson. Talking to the defensive captain from Matewan.
4:18 remaining, first quarter. 6-zip.
Watson back in the game for Williamson.
In front. Pedro Legend not with me tonight.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
This particular contest, we invite you to join us next week at Chapmanville.
15-yard. 5-yard penalty marked off.
Make it 5 yards against Williamson.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
Sort of an old single wing type formation here. It's a shotgun with a pass directly back to Hagee. Fast pass out to Doug Jackson. He picks up good yardage. Not nearly enough to pick up enough for those penalties, but we've got another flag down.
We have a flag on the play.
I think it's going to be against Williamson again. Another illegal use of hands against Williamson. So 3 penalties in a row. And again, they're talking to the defensive captain from Matewan.
Williamson has been penalized on a straight snap, and it's going to be a third right now.
Penalties piling up against the Pack early here in the first quarter.
Just joined me in the press box. We're going to play in the 14-yard penalty game.
Up against the Wolfpack.
Ball was moved back 10 more yards and it's first and 31.
First down, 31.
Bring up first and 31. Wolfpack.
B. Hope John Paul II. C. Doug Jackson.
So we have another shotgun formation for the Pack, and Hagee looks. He throws to a man deep. That's Big Joe. Good looking pass. It'll be second down, 31. Williamson again in that shotgun, which resembles the old single wing if you bring in that right halfback. Good. We have a flag thrown. I don't know if this is going to be against Matewan or not. Williamson's been penalized 3 times. And if this is against Matewan, this will be their second penalty. The first was an encroachment 5-yarder. I'm talking to Doug Jackson. So they walk it off 15 yards.
The 15-yard penalty marked off against the Tigers. Defensive pass interference. An automatic first down.
Automatic first down, Williamson. First and 10.
And it's an automatic first down.
Ball rests on the back 37-yard line.
Ball is at the 37. Direct snap back to Hagee. He passes. Watson almost intercepted. Overthrown.
Watson was incomplete. Defending for Matewan, who Star.
Watson had not made it out.
Bring up second and 10 for the Pack at the 37-yard line.
Hagee's passes are out there, but a little overthrown that time. Either that or Watson didn't get to where the ball was. But Williamson is down in this game by a score of 6-0 in the first quarter to Matewan. Hagee back once again. Another long pass. No, overthrown again. Third down, 10. Passes have not been connecting. Third down, 10. Ball at the 37. And we'll see if he'll go for a long pass or just enough for that 10 yards and for another first down for Williamson. Snap. It's going to be nope. Again, I thought it was going to be intercepted, but it wasn't. So Williamson will have to punt. 3 incomplete passes. The Matewan Tigers lead at 6-0 with 3:24 to play in the first quarter. Cunningham on a beautiful 53-yard touchdown run. JOD TV Productions presenting and producing this game for the Williamson Memorial Hospital, your friends on the hill who care.
Hagee back to kick. I saw some encroachment, but we got a kick. It goes all the way back to Cunningham, number 1. He backs up. He's down. Fumble! No fumble. But he's down. I thought he had fumbled, but we've got a penalty call, unless it's face mask. Officials are talking. No penalty. 1st and 10, Matewan. First and 10, Matewan. 3:13 to play in the first quarter. Handoff to Cunningham. Pick up of a couple, 2 or 3. Yep, folks. It's an exciting time here in the month of October for the city of Williamson. Very exciting. The Madison Square Garden folks and some other people who are in the professional boxing world in New York and throughout the world are going to be bringing a light heavyweight championship fight to Williamson, October 19th at the Fieldhouse in Williamson. Handoff. Cunningham. Round right in. It's going to be stopped. And you may be reading in the paper or watching on television or listening on the radio and hear that the fight time for that championship fight is at 3:30. That's a tentative time. We understand the reason for that is to send that fight, the signal, via satellite from Williamson, West Virginia, throughout the world. Don't miss this great light heavyweight championship fight, October 19th at the Williamson Memorial Fieldhouse. Get your tickets early. This message brought to you by the Williamson Memorial Hospital. Back to Passes Kennedy. He's got a man open. Thrown out of bounds. Hagee comes out of the game. 4th and 7. Bentley will be doing the punting chores for the Tigers. Flag thrown. Bounces around. Picked up by Matewan's player. Check with the official. Something on the line, some movement against Matewan. I'm sure that Coach Greg Smith will have him to kick it over again. Oh, they declined the penalty. Yeah, that's good field position, 40. Be 1st and 10. Hagee in the pack. Takes the snap, pitches back, fumbled by Jackson. Jackson gets on it, and I think he may have lost it. No, Williamson gets it. Looked as though at the last second Jackson wasn't able to get it under his tummy, but he did. Crowd's picked up on the Williamson side now, so we have really a full house for Matewan across the way.
The ball resting on Wolfpack's 33-yard line.
So he lost on the play. It's a 2nd and 18.
All right, on the near side.
Back to pass. Out of bounds.
Hagee's pass intended for Smith was incomplete. Cunningham defending for Matewan.
Incompletion makes it.
Williamson's hoping they can break Watson or Wilkerson or Jackson or get the ball out to Big JB or someone.
Ball resting on the 33-yard line.
6-zip. Matewan in
So we got a 3rd down and 18. Williamson.
big crowd
6-0 score. 21 seconds to play in the first quarter. Hagee back into the shot once again.
Don't come out the back pack. Snap.
Back to pass.
Shotgun.
Gets it off. Complete. Watson. 1st down. Watson with good hands.
Close to a 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Wolfpack.
He's a junior.
And on the stop for the Tigers, Salisbury and Cunningham. 1st and 10, Wolfpack. With the ball racing on the Matewan's 49-yard line.
And this is going to be the last play.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the first period of play. Let's have a 30-second message from the Williamson Memorial Hospital, and I'll be right back. 1st and 10.
As Matewan is visiting Williamson Wolfpack. Matewan comes in, big dog, you might say, although the Tiger yes, of course.
And we're watching for the officials to see what's going on.
4-0 and top-rated in the state in single A. Williamson uses 19th in the SSAC.
Williamson with the football. 1st and 10. Hagee hit hard early, fumbled, recovered by Williamson. The rush, he was hit right now. There was not even a count 1. No, not even a 1 count. Boom, he was hit and lost about 2 yards. Make it 3. Second down, 13.
2nd and 13 for Wolfpack.
He was hit immediately.
Ball racing on the 48-yard line.
A very briefly played game so far in the
Hagee pitches back. Jackson is going to be stopped for another loss.
Jackson on the carry.
I wanted to comment on the catch by Watson a while ago.
2 O'Brien in on the stop.
Caught that ball in traffic. 3rd down. And a bunch. 18.
Well, the pack picked up
Foul play. That's going to be 3rd and 18 for Wolfpack.
series.
Ball racing on the Pack's 43-yard line.
I think you'll see a pass play along about here. Try to pick up some of that yardage.
All right, on the near side, there goes one.
Yep, nope. Yeah, it's a halfback pass. Back to Hagee. Complete. Hagee. 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 Hagee.
Jackson's pass completed to Hagee.
Would have broken for even more, but Jackson's throw lobbed it up there long enough for Matewan.
1st down, Williamson. Now that was a good play.
10, Wolfpack.
He got it.
Halfback pass right back to Hagee, but Hagee picked up
Ball racing on Matewan's 35-yard line.
half that yardage with deception and strength. Williamson's down 6-0 to Matewan. Jackson stopped.
Jackson on the carry. And on the stop, 34, Arcade Alara.
Alara made the tackle for Matewan.
44, Arcade Alara.
2nd down 11.
Tigers.
Hagee.
They're acting as if their hands are cold. They're sitting on them. And up at the middle, Lars Wilkerson breaks.
Wilkerson. Nice run up the middle. They'll stop his forward
Wilkerson, the ball carrier.
progress. A little further up, however.
And on the stop, Taylor.
Almost to the secondary before the defense picked him up. But,
Yeah.
Jeff Taylor did pick
Gain
him
of
up.
6 on the play. That's
Pickup of 6.
5 for the Wolfpack.
Make it 3rd down 5, Williamson.
Williamson a better chance to make the first and 10. It's 3rd down.
The ball
Thank
racing on the
you folks for the many comments we've had concerning our playbacks of these games. We appreciate everything nice you've said. Offsides, Williamson.
That's Mike Lips. Mike Lips jumps, and it goes from 3rd and 5 to 3rd and 10.
Truly your friends on the hill who cares. Some further information for you. We told you last week, sometime over the next year or two, plans are to build another floor onto the Williamson Memorial Hospital. It's worth a visit up to the hospital just to visit with them. Go up sometime and introduce yourself to Chris O'Connor, the administrator of the Williamson Memorial Hospital. He'll show you around. He's a real fine gentleman. Hagee gonna pass. Looks, passes, man open, caught it, all the way down around the 10-yard line. Flag thrown. Watson caught that football. I think there was a fumble down there. We'll see. Matewan has recovered way down deep. I didn't see the fumble. I'm sure the television folks did, the camera people. Matewan will keep the football. They will forget all about that. 1st and 10, Matewan. The ball is down at around the 5, 6, 7-yard line. Watson caught it but fumbled.
Declines the penalty, so they'll take over. It'll be 1st and 10 with the ball resting near the Matewan's
8-yard line. 7 between this, around the 7, 8-yard line. Matewan with the football again. 8:37 to play in the first half. It's been a good game so far. Williamson able to move the ball on Matewan. Of course, Matewan able to move the ball on Williamson, having scored that 153-yard touchdown by Melvin Cunningham. Handoff, Cunningham, round right in, is going to be chased down, and Hagee.
Cunningham on the carry. And on the stop,
Hagee popped Cunningham. So we've got a 2nd down. Actually, he picked up some yards on it, though. He did pick up maybe a pickup of about 4 or 5 yards. 4 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 6. Kennedy sets his team. Again, nope. Around the left end, Jackson, the only defensive man out there. Thornsbury is finally stopped after he picks up more than enough for a first. 7:34 to play in the first half.
1st and 10, Matewan.
Matewan with another 1st down.
Well, Birch would pipe up, and so would Gilbert, and so would Tug Valley.
Great crowd on hand tonight for this game, especially those folks that came down from Matewan. Man, they've lined the other side of that field. First man through, I think, had the football. He was stopped after a short game. But this reminds me of the old rivalry days between Williamson and Belfry and Williamson and Logan. You look across the way and you see the fans lined from one end to the other. Of course, Matewan fans have a lot to be proud about this year. The Matewan Tigers are rated #1 in Class A.
Matewan is Williamson more than holding its own against the
Kennedy
top-rated Tigers.
sets his team with the second and 9. Hands off to Cunningham, around right in. Cunningham's going to go all the way. No one to catch him unless it's Jackson. Touchdown, Cunningham. Jackson hit him. Was able to catch up with him to hit him, but he went on in to score. Another big TD for Cunningham. 73-yard. That's with 6:23 to play in the first half. Matewan's off to a 12-0 lead here in the first half. Cunningham looking like a college prospect there. Round left in. He gets in for the score. Joplin with the 2 points. It's 14-0 in front of Matewan. 6:23 to play in the first half. Let's take a 30-second break from the TV truck. We'll be right back.
In the coal fields, accidents are quite diversified. Coal mining.
Okay, Oat, what to do on that is to have our good friend Joe, while we've got an opportunity here, to go over and tell those people that they're blocking the television cameras, and I'm sure they'll move. But have Joe go over and talk to him, because old man Jay, as they call him, he's not around right now. But if you could, just to have Joe to tell them they're going to have to quit blocking the view of our camera up on top of that big building. We're having some problems with our camera there. Some folks standing in front of it. Cunningham had that beautiful 73-yard run, and Doug Jackson is down. Williamson's down 14-0. .6:18 to play in the first half. Cunningham with both those touchdowns, one for 53, the other for 73. And then, of course, Joplin with that, scoring the 2 points on the extra points. Joplin, or rather Hagee, back to pass, and Joplin was defensing, but the pass was intended for Stafford, incomplete. Williamson with the 2nd and 10. 6:11 to play. Joe Stafford wide to the left. Jackson in the backfield. Looking for Watson. Yep, out there. So they're setting that shotgun formation again. The officials are talking to Coach Kinder from across the way. I don't know what the conversation was about, but they broke it up to Jackson. Pickup of a couple tackles. 3rd down. And about 8. They only gave him 1 yard, so it's his 3rd and 9. Be another pass play. Incomplete. 4th down. So it's a kicking situation for Williamson. 14-0 in the first half. 5:25 on the clock. Hagee, bad snap, gets it off. Takes a Williamson roll. Down by Williamson. So Matewan will be in good field position with 5 minutes and 16 seconds to play. Ball be placed at 44. 1st and 10, Matewan. Cunningham showing his all-state prowess. Ball be placed at the 50-yard line. It was touched by one of the Williamson players at the 50. Here's the snap. Handoff. Pickup of maybe 1 or 2 yards. .455 to play in the first half. Williamson Memorial Hospital, ladies and gentlemen, bringing you another high school sporting event produced by JOD Video Productions of Fort Gay, West Virginia. Pitch back to Cunningham. Cunningham is caught after he picks up a few yards. And we're looking across the way. We certainly hope you folks aren't being deprived from any of our television shots, but some of the fans up on top of the building across the way. And occasionally they get a little carried away, but so we've got 3rd down and 4, Matewan. Hand off to Cunningham. No, Joplin, I beg your pardon. So he's got a first. That's Joplin with a 1st down for Matewan. Matewan leading by 14. They've got the ball. They have the big mo, the momentum on their side at this point. Kennedy sets his Tigers. Hands off, fumbled in the backfield. Joplin with the recovery. Cunningham with 2 big long touchdowns from Matewan. I think he's scored 8 touchdowns this year so far. No, big loss by the Pack. Let's see. Yeah, about 8 or 9 touchdowns he scored so far. Of course, with these 2 tonight, put it up to around 10 or 11. Tackle made by Stafford. And a couple of the other defensive Packers. 2:25 to play in the first half. Be 3rd down about 20. Timeout, Tigers. And we'll just keep things here, folks. And remind you, the Williamson Memorial Hospital, your friends on the hill who care. We ask you to support the volunteer better equipment, good equipment to service you. So on the October the 19th, the volunteer fire departments will be sponsoring the light heavyweight championship fight live from the Williamson Memorial Fieldhouse in the afternoon. I believe the fight time is at 3:30. This could change, but I believe it's 3:30 right now. And the reason for that is you folks in the Williamson area and throughout Pond Creek and Matewan and Birch and so forth, the reason for that is this fight will be shown by satellite throughout the world for prime time in Japan and Europe. Get your tickets from the volunteer fire departments of Mingo County. Handoff to, this looks like Joplin. Joplin picks up about 9 yards. 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes now to play in this first half. Matewan back to punt. And it's going to bounce around, I think. No, Watson catches it. And then he drops it, but he's on it. So Williamson will take over at their own 8. 1 minute 24 to play. I'm sure they'll be quite conservative deep in their own territory, as they are. I'm sure Coach Kinder from across the way wanted to put one more touchdown on the scoreboard before the end of the first half, but he leads it 14-0. But the Wolfpack defense held. Hagee takes a snap. Pickup of, 5 or 6 yards, and I don't know if I saw a flag or not. Watson, penalty against the Tigers. Personal foul called against Matewan. Watson had picked up about 5 or 6 yards. And then 15 yards be walked off against Matewan. Williamson, 1st and 10, 59 seconds to play in the first half.
And a penalty first down. That's the second.
Ball be placed at the 27. Williamson with a little breathing room with 45 seconds. Hagee. He's going to be, he throws the ball. It was caught by Watson. He's still on his feet. Watson got good hands. But it's a loss on the play. Five seconds. There will be no further plays in this first half. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the first half with the score. Matewan Tigers 14, Williamson nothing. We're going to be back for the second half, so we want you to stay tuned for that. As we say once again, the score is Matewan 14, Williamson nothing. JW back once again, ladies and gentlemen, the Williamson Memorial Hospital. Your friends on the hill who care, bringing you another high school sporting event through the Southern West Virginia Community College Local Access Channel 2, being produced for JOD Video Productions, Fort Day, West Virginia. And as I mentioned, being presented in its entirety by the Williamson Memorial Hospital, your friends on the hill who care. At halftime, the score is 14-0 in front of, in favor of Matewan. And we understand that the score, did you get that score at Belfry? It was
14-0. Pikeville on top.
That's at halftime over Belfry.
14-0. Pikeville on top. Less than half. How many minutes left before halftime?
That's okay at halftime. That'll get it. That'll get it. Right before halftime. Anyway, folks, we've got a fantastic crowd here tonight, especially from Matewan. What can I say? The Matewan Tiger fans have an awful lot to be proud about this year. Their team's rated #1 in Class A in the state of West Virginia. And they've got a super football club this year, led by their all-state football player Melvin Cunningham. He's scored both of these first half touchdowns on runs of 53 yards and 73 yards, and Joplin scored the extra point play on a run. Williamson has been able to move the ball, however, on Matewan the first half, and as a matter of fact, they got down as far as the 7-yard line on a pass play to Watson. After it was completed, there was a fumble, and Matewan took over, and Williamson on another occasion got down to around the 28-yard line. And Williamson on occasion, they have ran from the shotgun formation, and so whether or not they'll continue to do that the second half, we don't know, but we do know that Matewan will be receiving the second half. They're leading 14-0. Williamson will be kicking off from right to left. We've got a big crowd here tonight. And the Matewan fans, there are hundreds of them, literally hundreds, scattered from the end zone all the way around to the other end zone on the sidelines. There's the squib kick. Joplin. Good run back. Finally, he's down right in front of us in Williamson territory. Tackle made by Jackson and a couple of the other defensive players for Williamson. So Joplin with a good run back for the Tigers. Be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. The ball placed just about the 43. Kennedy, hands off Cunningham. First man through, he's hit by 3 or 4 defensive players for Williamson. All red. One of them. Wolfpack this year with Doug Jackson and Mike Hagan and Philip Watson and Daniel Smith, Lawrence Wilkerson and Mike Tackett and J.J. Warren and Frank Hicks. And on the tackle the last play, and Mike Dotson, Mike Varju and Sean Adkins, Thad Allred, Joe Spencer, and we'll get to the other ones as we go along. Steve Dingus, Jeff Schulteis and Jason Tyler, Tommy Smith, Mark Christian, Joe B. Stafford, also a fantastic basketball player for the Williamson Wolfpack. Pitch back. Out of bounds. We may have a late hit by Williamson. O'Brien, ball carrier. We'll check and see if that was a penalty flag thrown. It was. Not. The folks here in the press box thought there was a flag on the play, maybe a late hit, but there wasn't. I thought I saw one. Third and 4. Needing us 4 yards. I imagine Coach Kinder will be turning to the Big C, Cunningham. Melvin. Kennedy with a man in motion to the left. Hands to Cunningham. Picks up more than enough for a first down. He's down, however. 1st and 10, Matewan. They're leading 14-0. 10 minutes and 47 seconds to play in this, the third quarter. Matewan with another first down. Kennedy sets his team. He's going to keep it. Pitches out, fumbled in the backfield. Picks up maybe a yard. It's a bad pitch back behind the runner. And now we can truly say we have a good crowd from both schools. Apparently some of the Williamson fans didn't come to the second half, but I see to my left down below in the bleachers more fans this third quarter here than the first half. Got a big crowd on hand. Pitch back, Cunningham. He hits his own player. And Mike Hunter was there for Williamson, but he ran up against his own blocker, the man in front of him leading the way. So he lost 2 or 3, make a third down at about 12. Third and 12, Matewan. Kennedy will be going to Mr. Cunningham, I'm 100% sure, on a pass play. Back to pass, almost intercept. No, it's caught by Matewan. It's short of the first. That was into Taylor. Good pass. I'm not sure how close he is to a first down. Official timeout. Officials call for the change to be brought in from the far side. Going to be short just by inches. So it'll be fourth down and less than a yard. If I'm correct, the official showed about 3 inches. And I'm sure they have, I know of at least one player in that backfield can pick up their 3 inches for him. Kennedy gets the first. Ball placed at the 5, 10, 15. Matewan taking the ball at their own 40, bringing it down the field. All the way down to Williamson's 15. Knocking on the door. Kennedy. Hands off. Good run. That's Thornsbury. Inside the 10. Wilkerson in on the stop for Williamson. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Williamson unable to stop him here in the 3rd period. Handoff, Joplin. He's not in the end zone, but he's mighty close. It's another 1st down for Matewan. Williamson Memorial Hospital, your friends on the hill who care. Last year alone, the Williamson Memorial Hospital attended to 63,000 patients in the emergency room at the Williamson Memorial Hospital. 63,000, with plans for the emergency room to be expanded in its size. The Williamson Memorial Hospital. The Matewan Tigers, Joplin stopped by Meadows. It's really 2nd down and about 1. 13,000 patients last year in the Williamson Memorial Hospital. That's a bunch with over 5,000 operations. Kennedy sets his team. Snap, he takes it in himself for a touchdown for Matewan. Kennedy scores this one. Kennedy from 1 yard with 5:48 to play in the 3rd period. It's 20-0 in favor of Matewan, and we'll be having the Tigers. We were told they had an exchange student that kicked for them, but apparently they're not using him. Kennedy going for the 2. Hands to Cunningham. I believe that he gets in. He does. Cunningham for the 2. There's the old Norfolk Western engines passing by here at Lefty Hamilton since around, I don't know, 1890 or 1900. You would think all the coal that they've taken from these mountains, the mountains would be as flat as Nebraska, but that's not the case. Still lots of coal left in the heart of the trillion-dollar coal field. Williamson, West Virginia. The site of the light heavyweight championship of the world. October 19th at the Williamson Memorial Fieldhouse. This will be a fight sent throughout the world by satellite. Prime time in Europe and Japan. In the Williamson Memorial Hospital, we certainly hope you support the volunteer fire departments throughout Mingo County and get yourself a ticket, a good seat. And there's the kick. That's Watson, the ball carrier. Watson, I told you he could do it. I told him earlier, I said, one of the fastest young men I have seen this year in high school football is young Philip Watson from Williamson. 22-6, 91-yard TD. Watson. I told his uncle earlier, I said, the young man has a bunch of speed. No one caught him. Williamson will be going for two. They're down now 22-6, 5:34. 5:34 to play in the third period. Watson. Man, he looked great on that one. Back to pass. Hagee got a man open. He can get to him real fast. He does. No. Yes, he does. Williamson. And it's complete to Watson. Watson. Aha. Hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. This is a good ball player. He's a junior at Williamson. It's 22-8 in favor of Matewan. Good to see the Pack on the scoreboard at least. Melvin Cunningham looking fantastic for Matewan tonight. Joplin looking good for Matewan. The Matewan Tigers looking good. And now Williamson Wolfpack and their fans have a reason to celebrate. A 91-yard touchdown on the kickoff by Mr. Watson. Philip Watson. We'll keep things here rather than take that 30-second break. Beautiful run back. Beautiful run. (22-8). Williamson Memorial Hospital, your friends on the hill who care. They are the sole sponsor for all of our local sports broadcasts on local access channel 2, the Southern West Virginia Community College. JOD Video Production producing this game, as we have so many others in football and basketball and baseball in the past 3 years throughout Southern West Virginia and Eastern Kentucky. And there's the kick. And it goes back to Cunningham, probably about the 16-yard line. He's going to be down. And he gets back to about the 37-yard line. This is a good football game now. We don't like to see either team get too far out in front. We like to see a good game. And thanks to that Watson 91-yard touchdown run, that's exactly what we got now, because with 5:22 to go in the third period, there's a lot of time remaining. But Matewan, they have been able to move that football. They got a big line, and they got a good backfield. What can you say? Kennedy takes the snap, hands off. Bury. He picks up about 6. Jackson made the tackle. So it's a second down and about 3, a long 3. Make it 2nd and 3. Good run by Thornsbury. Matewan with some good athletes. Handoff. Cunningham around right in. He will be stopped at about the 45. He's short. Wolfpack defense. They got their hands full with Matewan, but they came to the occasion then in stopping Mr. C. 3rd and 3. Big center for the Tigers. I watched their blocking. Good blocking. This is Joplin with a long run for another first down for Matewan. Flag is down. Back up here, it could be a holding against the Tigers, I believe. I think I saw the young man when he made the block. He made a good block, and he actually got up to go to another player, or the same player who got up. And I think that's when the holding took place. So Matewan, on the last at third and a second and 3 rather, they unable to pick up any yardage, and then here with a 3rd and 3, they picked up some, and now it's going to be walked 10 yards will be walked off against them back inside the 40. So it'll be 3rd down and about 8. Kennedy sets his Tigers. Handoff. Going to be a long. I thought Kennedy was going to pass it, but he didn't. He was chased out of bounds. He'll be short of the 1st and 10. It'll be a 4th down. And I believe about a long 4. And that's not to say they're going to punt. But with a 22-8 lead, I would think Coach Kinder would say, put the foot to it. Jackson and Watson deep for Williamson. Watson the last time with a big, long touchdown run for Williamson, 91 yards. This time it's Watson again. He cuts back. He has a blocker in front of him, but he's took down, and we've got a flag down. This could be an offensive holding against Williamson. We shall see. So we'll see. I think it's against Williamson. Yes, it is. It's a clip. (22-8) the score. Matewan leads the Wolfpack with 3 minutes and 5 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. (15 big ones against the Pack. Place it at about the 14-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Williamson.
Although, of course, fans were beating themselves over the heads with sticks to buy tickets to games where it was colder than this in the postseason. As I said, hey, there's always next year. 2 years ago, the Reds finished 5th. Yes.
Let's see. Seeing where they're going to place the ball. I believe it's at the 14-yard line. Place it at the 13, according to Jim Witt, and he generally knows. The snap. Hagee. Movement. Is it against Williamson or it's against Matewan? 5 yards will be walked off against the Tigers. An encroachment call will be 1st and 5. I'm glad it's not raining or anything like that tonight, because this is the kind of game where you want a good field, and we've got one. Again, everyone jumps. And let's see who they call it against Williamson. So they'll walk that 5 yards back off that Matewan lost.
5-yard penalty mark against the fullback. Illegal procedure.
It'll be 1st and 10. It was 1st and 5. Williamson Memorial Hospital, our game sponsor. Hagee.
So it's still 1st and 10.
The snap. Back. Looks like he's going to pass. He does. Joe Stafford. Picks up a few yards, but nothing of any great consequence. It'll be 2nd down. And 5. Make it 5. This is Jackson. He's got the speed, but they catch him. He picks up maybe a yard or 2. Remember last week for Williamson, he had 2 long touchdown runs. But this time it didn't develop for him. So it's a 3rd down and a long 3 or a short 4.
Williamson High School football, all season long.
Hagee. He's going to pass. He's got a man open here real fast. It's going to be out of bounds. Williamson will have to punt the football. He had a man shorter there at one time that was open. It was Tommy Smith. But the defensive man got to him pretty fast. And we congratulate the West Virginia Mountaineers for bouncing back with their 2 big wins over South Carolina and Maryland this past 2 weeks. It's good to see that. And we congratulate Marshall University for their fine early showing. Bounces, takes a Williamson bounce, and Cunningham picks it up at the last second. And he's going to run it all the way back up into Williamson territory. I thought he was just going to let it die, or he had to get to it. And I thought he was just going to get it and be hit by 4 or 5 of the Williamson players, but he's got that super fast speed, and he's able to pick up about, oh gosh, after that occurred, 5, 10, 15 yards. So the ball is in Williamson territory at Williamson's 40-yard line, where it's 1st and 10, Matewan. Got a good crowd in the press box tonight. And a good crowd here at the Lefty Hamilton Park. 22-8 the score. Matewan leads it. Pitch back. Joplin. They get him after a pickup of about 4. Jackson in on the stop for Williamson. Pickup of 6. I said 4. Make it 6. Handoff in the backfield for a loss. Fumble. Williamson has the football. Cunningham fumbles. So they were all over Melvin. And had he not fumbled, he still would have lost several yards. About 8, I suppose. The Pack defense got that football, and the offense for Williamson goes back out. And we've got 48 seconds to play in the third quarter.
And on about the fifth hit, as he was trying to struggle for yardage, he fumbled it.
Hagee
And it's in the 37, Williamson ball on the first and 10.
back to pass. Got to get that block. They do. It's going to be complete and out of bounds. That's Smith, Tommy Smith. First down, Williamson.
Tommy Smith, first and 10, look back.
Of Matewan. That is a gain of 20 yards.
Williamson in Matewan territory at about the 47, first and 10. Good reception by Smith right in front of us.
48-yard line.
Hagee back to pass. Complete. This is Tommy Smith again for another first down for Williamson.
Hagee's pass completed to number 88, Tommy Smith.
TS looking tough.
Look back. Number 3, defending for Matewan.
25 seconds to play in the third period.
10, look back.
Drive alive. That ball is advanced now to the 33-yard line.
Ball is placed at around the 33, just at the 33, where it'll be another first and 10 for Williamson, and Tommy Smith with 2 receptions in succession. 25 seconds, 22-8 in favor of Matewan. Hagee got a man open, intercepted by Cunningham. Cunningham brings it back up where he will be downed at about the 43-yard line. It'll be first and 10. Matewan. Bad news for the Pack there, because they had the momentum. 2 successive first downs and passes from Hagee to Smith, but the last pass was intercepted by Cunningham, and he brings it back up to about the 43, where it'll be first and 10, Matewan. Matewan, number 1 in the state of West Virginia. That's the end of the third period of play, ladies and gentlemen, and the score is 22-8 in favor of Matewan. We'll take 30 seconds for this message from the TV truck.
In the coal fields, accidents are quite diversified. Coal mining, railroad. Who care?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're starting the fourth and final period of this game between the Williamson Wolfpack and the Matewan Tigers. Tigers rated number 1 in the state of West Virginia in a Class A poll. Williamson has played them a good football game tonight. Score is 22-8 in favor of Matewan. Matewan scoring on 2 big long touchdowns by their all-stater, Mr. Melvin Cunningham, of 53 and 73 yards, and Joplin scoring extra points, and Kennedy with a 1-yard touchdown. And then, of course, a 91-yard touchdown on a kickoff by Watson, and he also scored the 2 extra points. That makes 22-8, Matewan. The Tigers have the football. They have a first and 10. Ball's at about the 43. And Kennedy hands off in there to a back who loses a yard or 2. Thornsbury was the ball carrier. He loses a long 1 or 2 yards. So it'll be second down and 12. I want to compliment the Williamson High School marching band once again, ladies and gentlemen. They sound better this year than they have in many years. They're located in the east the north stands here at Williamson, Lefty Hamilton. We have, I think, well, we'll check and see. But the Williamson band this year, they really sounding great, and we congratulate them. As a delay a game against the Tigers. So it'll be second down, about 17. They have about 50 members this year. It's been a long time since I recall them having that many members. I may be wrong. Timeout. Matewan, let's talk a little bit about the Williamson Memorial Hospital and the fact that they wish to convey to you the message that we certainly hope you support the volunteer fire departments throughout Mingo County, and for the purpose of bringing for the first time to Williamson, West Virginia, and in the state of West Virginia, a light heavyweight championship, not just the fight, but the champion for the championship of the light heavyweight division of the IBF. This fight will be held October the 19th at 3:30 in the afternoon at the Williamson Memorial Fieldhouse, and before what we hope will be a huge crowd. And we wish to explain to you folks, those of you who may not know, but this fight will be sent worldwide via satellite out of Williamson, and we can be proud of that. That's something to be mighty, mighty proud of. You're in Japan or Europe, and you're watching this light heavyweight championship fight, a 20-0 Pikeville right now. Okay, thank you very much. But you're watching this light heavyweight championship fight, and it's live from Williamson, West Virginia, Mingo County, the heart of the trillion-dollar coal field. Mr. I started to say Mr. Cunningham, but it wasn't him. Be third down coming, or was that third? Yeah, that was third, so this will be fourth down coming. Joplin looking good. And he picked up a bunch of yards, probably about 11. So it'll be third down and about 5 or 6 yards. Kennedy. Handoff. Joplin. Stopped. So it's a fourth down and 4. I'm sure that they'll be kicking it to get Williamson deep in their own territory. So if they can hold Williamson deep, they'll be in good field position to score again. Matewan's leading 22-8. There's 10 minutes to play in this ball game. And there's the center, snaps the ball. Watson picks up 5, 10, 15, 18, and he's out of bounds. I don't see any yellow flags, but I did see a good 18-yard run back by Watson. Coach Greg Smith down below talking to a couple of his players. Williamson will take over. 1st and 10 with 9 minutes and 45 seconds to play in the game. Pikeville is beating Belfry in that football game that I was told would draw somewhere in the neighborhood of 6,000 people. Hagee, pass complete. Jackson down immediately. Hagee was hit hard. Pickup of about 4. 2nd, 6. Hagee talks to Watson. Watson brings the play in from Coach Smith and the bench. Coach Greg Smith has done a fine job at Williamson High School as anyone I know in football. He has really brought these young men around. We see a yellow flag thrown after the tackle. Could be a face mask, I'm not sure. Face mask. Oh, we got that one. So it'll be walked off against Matewan. Good run. 15 yards. 15 yards into Matewan territory at around the 42 or 43 yard line. We'll place it at the 42. It'll be 1st and 10, Williamson. 8 minutes, 52 seconds to play in the game. Hagee back to pass, the shotgun. Gets it off, complete to Jackson. Jackson makes another move on another player. 3 guys fumbled, but we don't know if the ball was down or not. I think so. Stafford picked it up, I believe. Stafford picked it up, I believe he did. But it would be another 1st down. Jackson looking tough. Be another 1st down. Williamson would like nothing better than to score again, and I'm sure try an onside kick. The Wolfpackers played Matewan pretty tough tonight. Matewan with a great ball club. Number 1 in Class A in the state of West Virginia. Back in the shotgun, that's Hagee. He looks. He gets it off. Yeah, he's got a man wide open. Oh. He fell down. He was wide open. He could have walked in. Well, another play coming.
Stafford was at least 5 yards in the clear.
2nd down, 10. Excited press box down at Williamson, Lefty Hamilton Park. 2nd 10. Had he caught it, he could have scored. Hagee back again in the shotgun formation. Back to pass again. Passes it to Watson. Watson, I started to say he's going to be stopped. He's not. He picks up some speed. What can you say about this young man? Now, folks, for those of you out there are football fans, you've got one more year with this young man Watson, because he'll be back next year for Williamson. They get him some blockers up front. You're going to see some high stepping, as he's got natural speed. 3rd down, 2. Let's see if they run it or pass it. I think they'll probably. No, he's back to pass. That's Mr. Hagee. He's got a man open. No. Overthrows, Joe. It's a little dark down there. So we have a 4th down, and I think Hagee is going to call a timeout for Williamson so he can talk to Coach Greg Smith. And as he calls timeout, we'll take another break from the TV truck for a word from Williamson Memorial Hospital. Okie dokie. Thank you. JW back once again, ladies and gentlemen. What can I say? We need 2 yards for a 1st down. It's 4th and 2. Hagee called timeout to confer with Greg Smith, the coach of Williamson High School, and he's back to pass. And he's got a man open down there. Does he catch it, or is it intercepted? It's a touchback, intercepted by Matewan's Joplin, I believe. So with 7:19 to go in the game, Joplin intercepts in the end zone. It'll be brought out to the 20. I thought he was open for a moment or so, a second or so, and Joplin made a good defensive play.
We're playing sandlot football.
1st and 10. 7:19 to play in the game. Matewan with the football, 1st and 10. At their own 20. Handoff. Picked up over 2 or 3 yards. He's down. Remember, folks, October 19th, the light heavyweight championship of the world will be held in the giant ring at the Williamson Memorial Fieldhouse. An afternoon fight that will be sent to the rest of the world for prime time and played back in America on a delayed basis. We want you to come out and support it. For the volunteer firemen of Mingo County. Back to passes Kennedy. Incomplete, almost intercepted. This message is the past message about the light heavyweight championship fight in the Williamson Memorial Fieldhouse, been brought to you by the Williamson Memorial Hospital, your friends on the hill who care and care and care and care. Whether it's health purposes, sickness or an accident at home or on the job, remember to take either yourself or have someone to take you, or you take your member of your family or friends to the emergency room of the Williamson Memorial Hospital in Williamson, West Virginia, located in the former location of the old Williamson football stadium, the one many of us played on years ago. Timeout, Williamson. And the Williamson Memorial Hospital has been in business up there, the new Williamson Memorial Hospital, for 4 years. And the Williamson Memorial Hospital in Williamson has been in business for, over 70 years. Now, what can I say? I mean, you know, they're not strangers to this area. They have served you and generation after generation quite well, thank you. And now with their new facilities, they're real proud of them. And their administrator is Mr. Chris O'Connor. And I would suggest sometime you take a visit up on the hill, introduce yourself to Mr. O'Connor, and he'll show you around the new Williamson Memorial Hospital. They are truly your friends on the hill who care, and they are bringing this football game to you as they have been bringing football and basketball and baseball games to you on local channel 2 for the past 3 years, as produced by the fine team of people, both men and women, who make up JOD Video Productions in Fort Gay, West Virginia. And yours truly, Jimmy Wolford. I'm real proud to be part of all this. Kennedy back to pass. And it's complete. Immediately he's hit. Right now, Hagee pops him. So we got a big 4th down coming, and Matewan will have to punt the football. Matewan led at halftime 14-0. They're leading now 22-8. They'll be back to kick the ball, and Watson and Jackson will be deep for Williamson. There's the snap. And it's going to be picked up. Watson tried to get it. Now Jackson's going to have to get it. He misses it. It's going to be Matewan's football. It's going to be Matewan's football. They'll have a 1st and 10. It's first down, Matewan. So the ball was live. Watson attempted to get it, unable to. Then Jackson not able to get to the ball, as you saw, and Matewan gets it. Officials called timeout as they talk to someone on the sidelines. They're trying to get some of the fans back from Williamson. Williamson's going to have to play some good D here. They had that opportunity down there earlier, and they had a 4th and 2 and went for a pass for a touchdown, unable to score it. It was intercepted. And now this play where Matewan gets the football on the 1st and 10. Pitch back. This is Joplin. He was hit again and again and again and again. Joplin, the ball carrier. That's Spencer in on the stop for Williamson, as were several other defenders. Loss of 2. 2nd down, 12. Matewan. They got a big break there. Ball is at the 34. Only 5 minutes and 17 seconds remain to be played. Williamson's down 22-8 to the Matewan Tigers. Back to pass is Cunningham. Got a man open. It's a touch. Nope. It's incomplete. I thought he had it. I thought he had it for the TD, but he missed it. So we got a big 3rd down play from Matewan. There was a halfback pass, and Cunningham got it out there to his receiver. I thought he had it, but he didn't. Kennedy sets his Tigers, hands off to Cunningham, then to reverse. Stop, another reverse. Kennedy with a football, lateral. We've got something called maybe against Williamson. It was actually a forward lateral, I believe. It'll either be a forward lateral, that's right, against Matewan. It'll put the ball back. Big crowd here at Lefty Hamilton tonight, Kurt, and a huge crowd from Matewan. You see that? First time I've seen a lateral in a long time. I almost didn't know what to call it. 40, 35, put the ball to about the 34. It'll be 4th and about 17 for Matewan. 4 minutes, 58 seconds to play in this game. Williamson losing at this point 22-8 to Matewan. Williamson been able to score the last time and got their 2 points, extra points. They would have been in a situation now where they could be getting the ball and slinging it all over the field, but that's not the case. 4th, and they make it 14. So the Tigers back to pass. It's going to be incomplete. Williamson will take over 1st and 10 with 4 minutes and 47 seconds to play in the game. At about the 34-yard line, so they'll be trying to, I'm sure, get Mr. Watson or Mr. Jackson or Mr. Wilkerson or Mr. Stafford or someone out there for pass completions. Direct snap. Hague is going to run with the football. Hague is going to pick up some yards. Hague is going to be down at about the 46. It'll be a 1st down, Williamson. Hague playing a good game for Williamson tonight. A 3-sport athlete at Williamson High School. Fine young man from a fine family, as all of these young men are. Big 1st and 10 for Williamson. Ball at about the 41-yard line. Timeout on the field. I suppose it's officials' time. Wolfpack, 1st and 10. Hagee out of the pocket. Caught. Mark Christian. First and 10, Williamson. Heads up ball playing. Williamson playing a much better second half than the first half here tonight at Lefty Hamilton. And of course, if you saw the game, and you know it was played before a great crowd in good football weather. Watson out of the game for Williamson. (22-8), Matewan. Hagee back to pass. Hagee. Incomplete. Doug Jackson. Looks like it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a brawl. A bench-clearing brawl. Players from both teams out on the field fighting. And it all started with that tackle for Matewan. Threw Doug Jackson down with a lot of malice. And now they're trying to clear the field. The coaches, both teams, trying to break it up. And fans across the way from Matewan, I see some of the Matewan fans coming across onto the field. We don't want that. And I see Kurt Fletcher out on the field, one of the finer gentlemen here in the Valley. Gentlemen, the state troopers out there. Otis Lynn, this reminds us of the old days, doesn't it? And they're running off some of the Williamson players. And of course, to be honest with you, I saw some of the Williamson fans out there along with many of the Matewan fans. So we have a situation where the tackle was made and Doug Jackson was thrown to the ground, as you saw on television. I mean, no need for me to explain it to you. And the Williamson Wolfpack fans down below, and the football team making an awful lot of racket. And officials have all thrown flags down. A big fight, brouhaha, if you will. The first time I've seen one in many years in high school sports. Years ago, I remember Williamson and Logan. And it's a long time since I've seen this. And the city police from Williamson are out on the field. Some of the fire department guys were out there trying to hold back the players, and of course some of the fans from both Matewan and Williamson coming onto the field. And at that point I saw a West Virginia State trooper show up, and immediately, of course, some of the fans from Matewan and Williamson who were on the field, they knew that if they were collared, they would probably have to spend the night in the Mingo County lockup, because that's what they do. Now the coach for Williamson is going out to talk to the officials, and that's very true. Everyone's going to see it a little bit differently, but we do have one thing going on, and that is the Williamson Wolfpack and the Matewan Tigers have got one kind of heated rivalry And now the state troopers down below is talking to a couple, 2 or 3 fans. And they're taking one of the fans out of the park. And they're going out the front way with him. And I don't see any of the fans from Matewan being escorted out yet. But there were fans from both teams out, Matewan and Williamson.
Quite diversified. Coal mining, railroads, construction jobs, or highways. The Williamson Memorial Hospital serves eastern Kentucky and southern West Virginia 24 hours a day around the clock. Competent doctors and nurses and ambulance personnel. You're truly in the very best of hands.